In a fishing village located on the banks of a large river, the villagers live by the same water that provides them with fish, transportation, and hope. However, for years, the river has also harbored a terror. The villagers call it the Blood River. Not because the water is red, but because too many people have been lost in it. Deep in the river lives a giant crocodile. Its body is longer than a fishing boat, its scales black like wet stone, and its eyes glow yellow at night. It preys on anything: water buffalo crossing the river, dogs drinking, even unwary humans on the riverbank. Many fishermen never return home. People are beginning to believe that the crocodile is more than just an animal. They considered it a guardian of the river, an ancient creature that had lived since their ancestors first arrived. Out of fear, the villagers stopped venturing out to sea. The river that once gave them life was now a source of fear. But in that village lived a young fisherman named Artie. His father was among the crocodile's last victims. From then on, Artie vowed that one day he would end the river's terror. He wasn't a strong man, nor was he a hunter. But he persevered. Every day he practiced throwing spears on the shore, stabbing banana stems, until his hands were covered in wounds. He studied the river's currents, where crocodiles often appeared, and when to hunt them. One night, as the full moon reflected off the river, Artie prepared himself. He boarded his boat alone. In his hand was only a long spear, the tip of which he had sharpened until it gleamed like a shark's tooth. He rowed to the quietest part of the river. The water suddenly trembled, the surface of the river parted slowly, and the head of the giant crocodile emerged. Its eyes stared straight at Artie, as if knowing the young man was coming to challenge him. The water rippled violently as the crocodile approached. A single flick of its tail was enough to nearly capsize Artie's boat. But Artie didn't run. He stood tall at the edge of the boat, waiting for the right moment. As the crocodile opened its jaws wide to pounce, Artie leapt forward and thrust his spear with all his might into the underside of the jaw, a weak point he had learned from an old hunter. The spear pierced the crocodile's thick flesh. The creature went berserk. The water swirled like a small hurricane. The boat capsized, and Artie was thrown into the river, but he still held his spear. With his remaining strength, he pushed the spear deeper, piercing the crocodile's brain. Moments later, the churning waters slowly calmed. The giant crocodile's body floated, motionless. Artie swam to shore gasping for breath, his body covered in wounds, but alive. The next day, villagers gathered on the riverbank. They couldn't believe the sight of the giant crocodile lying dead. From that day on, the Blood River became a river of life once again. And Artie's name is remembered not as a hunter, but as a fisherman who dared to fight fear for the sake of his village.
Hang on! We're coming! I've got the pole! Pull me up! One more push! Ah!